answer that question. What would you do if you became the Prime Minister of New Zealand?
The first thing I would do would be to remove the benefits. So that meant that we didn't have a dependent society on the government, and people would be responsible for their own personal selves and also the children that they bring into New Zealand.
I think I would probably do much the same as being done now.
Okay, well, if I was Prime Minister, I would make sure that there'd be no poor people in New Zealand. Everyone would have a job. Thank you.
First thing I would do is I would ask everyone who voted for me what they wanted me to do.
If you become the Prime Minister of New Zealand, actually,
I would encourage our media to be more positive about the country so that everyone can have a more positive attitude about where we live. And I think that is the secret to our future, is positivity.
Okay. I would increase the amount of aid that New Zealand gives to 0.7% rather than the current rate that is at.
The second thing I would do would I would improve our roads. I would build roads. I would build flyovers so that we had a good economy and that we were progressive and we were able to have great export to Asia and to other countries and also internally within New Zealand.
Yeah, probably take the, but realistically I would probably help children in need. Try and pass a law that made all the hungry children in New Zealand have, free breakfasts every morning, good start, that sort of thing. I think it would help teachers in the end teach kids, and
I think we people are working very hard and we pay lots of tax, but we saw lots of people, they strong, they have the educations, but they didn't work anywhere. They apply for the dole. When I will become a Prime Minister, I try to support the children and the senior person, not any young people.
Because of the Christchurch earthquake, because of the economic situation, I really think we're confined by the economic situation and the cost of the earthquake to do much as we're doing now. I think that I'm reasonably happy that the current government is doing what it should, and I would probably follow those things on. Yeah, that's all I can say.
I would also like to see back in the schools the singing of the national anthem so that we could have some pride and encourage pride of the country in the younger generations. That was all white some time ago, and I think it needs to be reintroduced.
I would make New Zealand 100% green. I'd make it so that, does that make sense? Like, I'd make it so that the big ships don't carry plutonium through our waters. I wouldn't sell off our assets. I'd basically do everything opposite to what it is at the moment.
The other thing that I would do is I would put all the politicians on minimum wage. Now what this would do is this would immediately bring a change fast, and that would be because then they wouldn't be paid by the New Zealand taxpayer and just basically be inefficient and ineffective for the term that they are elected in.
If I was Prime Minister of New Zealand, I would take better care of elderly people and help them out a lot more, especially disabled ones, make better footpaths on the streets.
I would make wages better for younger people, make things cheaper to buy, like food and stuff.
The other thing that I would do is I would make education a priority.
And improve the education, training and stuff for work for young people, especially Māori.
And I would also make sure that our Pacific people are prioritised. That means the Pacific people, the Maori people, and that they would be taught by tutors that were Pacific and Maori, and that they were able to learn and be who they are and effective so that they can contribute to New Zealand.